So the nervous system is programmed by the energy field. So if the nervous system has a lot of fear, guilt, and shame, the person's energy field has a lot of fear, guilt, and shame, like mine used to from my childhood trauma. I used to fear all men until I was 51 years old. That was 4 years ago. And society, like, that's half the population because our beliefs control our genetics. That's what the field of epigenetics does. Epi means before genetics, which supports Einstein's quote, "The field is the sole governing agency of the particle." Epigenetics has proven that less than 1% of our mental health and physical diseases come from our genetics. Okay, so we got to fix the field, right? And how do we fix the field? That is the question. We'll get into that after. But let's look at what Dr. Gabor Mate has to say about how childhood trauma creates addiction. Oops. Okay. Here we go. How many people have this challenge today? Would you say 40 to 60%? Because I would, or more. I mean, it's shown that OnlyFans, 90% of OnlyFans members are married men. That shows you how many problems we have in society. 90% of OnlyFans membership is from married men. I mean, we're not accepting that we're punishing people who are mentally ill from childhood trauma, and then we send them to jail and don't address the root of the issue. They get out of jail and the recidivism rate is just astronomical because we're not addressing the core issue. We're addressing the body, but the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. The energy field coming out of our bodies through our hearts is the sole governing agency of the body. So all that fear, guilt, and shame, all that repression, we can't be successful at relationships, can't be successful at jobs. So then stealing, then, we can't be emotionally regulated. There's murder, there's rape. Why is that? Why did I get raped as a child in my youth before I turned 18? Why did I get raped? By another person below the age of 18? Was that his choice? Or was he unable to regulate his emotions because he was so abused as a child? I'll argue the latter. And in my book, you can see that I attracted Andrew Tate into my life through a relationship with his best friend, Justin Waller. We were DMing on Instagram, and I helped them both. The universe is a mirror showing us ourselves in every moment as a constant feedback loop for self-improvement. So this is the cause. When there's stress and trauma, like Erica Komisar was saying, at least especially the first year, our endorphin systems that facilitate healthy attachment do not develop. Our brains are underdeveloped. And so then we're creating children like this and then sending them out. Their nervous systems are not developed, are not mature. And then we wonder why they're screaming and yelling in the street, why they can't have a civil conversation, why there's so much cancel culture. Cancel culture is an external solution to an internal problem. I'm quoting Dr. Andrew Huberman here, who's a neuroscientist, when he said, cancel culture is outside in. That's the wrong way. We do inside out. We live in a holographic universe. The heart is a vortex, spiraling energy out, and then it's the holographic universe is supported by that, projecting everything to the boundary so we can see ourselves as a constant feedback loop for self-improvement. We're souls having a human experience.